Hello, I'm Tara Nolan from Transformation Tara, running a transformation tribe, guiding high achievers, entrepreneurs, and soul driven professionals to break free from self limitations so they can rise higher, follow their soul calling, and create success on their own terms. That means without sacrificing freedom, fulfillment, and fun. Because I believe we are here in this life to enjoy our lives fully, to serve other people with our own unique gifts, and create an amazing life that we love. So I'm here today to share with you 3 surprising places to find clarity. I think that so many of us have dreams, have goals, have aspirations, but we're not really sure how to get there. And then these self limiting beliefs come in and tell us we can't, and we stop the process of dreaming. And then we're confused on what are our next steps to take or where to go next. Now, I have to say, this is where a coach really comes in handy. But I'm here today to serve you just on this live to share with you how to find clarity in ways you would really not expect. These are proven methods that people have used to bring to billionaire with a B, billionaire status. And I will give you true examples of that as well. So this process can be life-changing because when you're not clear in where you want to go, who knows where you'll end up. I think there was an old saying by the famous Yogi the Bear who talked about when you're in the woods, like you need to have a map in the woods. It's funny, I'm in the woods right now thinking about Yogi the Bear. But when you're in the woods and you don't know like where you're going to end up, where you're going to go, you don't have a trail map or you don't know where you're going, like you might end up lost. And if you just think about it, that's what happens in our lives. We end up lost, not having a path. So when we're confused about where we should go next, about what's possible for us, or maybe even we don't take the time to think about it. We just like, get on the hamster wheel and let the days kind of happen rather than creating our lives. Then our life kind of happens to us. And I'm suggesting the path to an amazing, fulfilling, prosperous life of abundance in all areas of life, abundance in money, abundance in love, abundance in joy, right? Like it's abundant living. So the path to that is first having clarity on where you want to go. So how do you get this clarity though, right? It's not that easy because it can be really confusing when there are a lot of possibilities. Or if you're anything like me, like I am an entrepreneur, so I am blessed and cursed with this free mind, free thinking mind that's always like got new ideas and new thoughts, and I could go this way, right? And it's easy to get sidetracked when, squirrel is over here. You've heard that phrase. To go a different direction and not really stay focused with what's going to get you the ultimate results that you desire, which is your dream life. Maybe it's your soul calling business. That's what I help people to do, build their 6+ figure soul calling businesses while finding deeper fulfillment and meaning in their lives so they can live life on their own terms, financial and time freedom, deep level fulfillment because you're helping other people using your gifts, and fun. Okay, so enough of that. Again, let's get to it. Oh, and before I forget, I want to make sure I mention this, especially if you should stay for the whole thing because I'm going to go over expected ways and unexpected ways to find clarity. But I don't want to forget that I have a free gift for you. I could share it at the end, but I will give it to you right now. So if you're not on Instagram, you're on one of the other channels. I'm live on several channels right now. You can see that you would go to transformationtara.com/purpose and with a small p, and you'll be able to join for free my interactive small group live workshop coming up next week. So try to register for that. It's free. It's my gift to you, but we're going to be actually in conversation live. I'm going to be helping you to get clear on the path to purpose, discovering your purpose, living with passion, and creating prosperity. So join me for that. The next one is June 16th on a Wednesday. It's the first time I've actually done this particular class. So I'm really excited to share it and get personal with you in connection. So As you know, I'm Tara Nolan, and I believe that you deserve to live aligned with your truth in all aspects of your life so you can absolutely love your life. So now let's go over the expected ways really quick that you might find clarity. And maybe this isn't, common for you, but one of the ways you won't be surprised that I'm telling you this. These are not the 3 secret ways, but this is the one of the expected ways. Meditation and prayer. So taking that time to clear your mind, to not go over like all the thoughts of your mind keeps spinning and spinning. We call it the chitta vritti in the Eastern philosophy of yoga, the yogic philosophy. The chitta vritti is the mind chatter. So your mind's going, I'm thinking this and this and this, and I've got all this going on, and I could go here and there, and I've got to pick up the kids, and I've got to get to the grocery store, and I've got to get my nails done, and I've got a lot happening. And it's got to be that. That moment of just breathing so your mind can get still and you're not the key is to be careful in that moment that you're not trying to figure it out like you're going but you're really going but now what am I supposed to think about? I'm going to think about it. You know what I love in meditation is to just tell myself you don't have to figure it out right now. You don't have to think. You get to just be. And that is an expected way that you might know to find clarity. And maybe it isn't for you. So maybe that is a huge tip that can be so life-changing is meditation to just be. And for some of you, meditation is my prayer. It is my connection with spirit. So is nature here. So finding that quiet time to not figure it out and let it come to you and even ask for it in your meditation or in your prayer. Like ask for the clarity, ask for the signs, ask for an unmistakable sign to come to you. And you might be surprised how much you can actually receive that. So the other thing that you might not surprise you is, I'm going to switch over here so you can see it on the screen, is journaling. So another expected way is to get it out of your mind and onto paper. Write out what you're thinking about, write out pros and cons, not discussing with all your friends. I mean, you might think that that brings you clarity because you get to talk it through, and sometimes it can, but that's why it's really important to talk to someone that might be a coach or a mentor or someone that doesn't have any connection to it, right? So a great example, I just came back from California. Last night we arrived home back here in Wisconsin, and my mom and dad are already on the phone this morning. They couldn't be happier that we're back close to them so they can be near me and their granddaughter, which is wonderful. But if I'm going to ask my mom what she thinks about me moving to California, the answer is not going to be necessarily what's right for my soul, because she would not want me to go typically. If your mom's anything like mine, you'd understand, she's just loving and wants me near her, not always thinking, what does Tara really want? Not that my mom's not totally amazing. And if she sees this, I love you so much. And I'm so grateful to have a great mother. But yeah, you can't ask your friends, your family, even your spouse, like they're going to have their own spin on things. So that's where meditation, prayer, and journaling gives you, and working with a coach, if you're talking to a coach, a good coach that knows to ask the questions, not tell you what to do, that person, that experience will help pull it out in you so you have the clarity on what you really want. Okay, so my 3 expected ways to find clarity are meditation, prayer, and journaling. Now let's get into the really surprising places that you can find clarity to see how you can solve problems in your business, how you can rise higher in your life, how you can find your love, your soulmate, how you can have a better relationship with the partner you already have. Whatever it is that you need clarity on, just like what's next? How do I get that something more in life? How do I, anything at all? Do I move? Do I not move? What am I going to do with the rest of my life? Like, is this it? Is this what I'm meant to be doing? All of those, like whatever it is, that's your question that's lingering. Here's something here are 3 ways that I really recommend that can be pretty life-changing. So the first one is going to really surprise you. It should be popping up here on the screen if you are, again, feel like they pop up. Maybe they're just popping up late. It's drive. Drive? What do you mean, Tara? Drive? Like your inner drive? No. I mean, actually drive something. I like to ride motorcycle. I don't ride as much anymore, but that used to be like a moving meditation for me where I would just like, you had to just kind of pay attention to the road, sort of like meditation where you're just sitting there to breathe. You just have one thing you're doing when you're driving, and your mind can really get clarity on some of the things that you've been thinking about, because you're not in this active thinking about everything else mode again, like everything that's happening today, what you have to get done, what work obligations you have, what your partner's expecting of you later, what your kids need. That's our life. We get so caught up in everything. So if you're just like behind the wheel or like this on the motorcycle, that's I got to entertain you a little too, right? I was like, I love it. But if I just came back from California, I mentioned, and I was driving from California to Wisconsin. It's 33 hours, if you're wondering. And I stopped a few times and took my time for the first like 10 hours or less than 10 hours, like 8 hours. So I barely made it far at all from Friday to Wednesday, however many days that is, the first 5 days. But my dog, you can look on Facebook. I have a whole story or on Instagram, but my dog almost died. So she was in ICU. So then Wednesday morning, 9 a.m., I left to pick up the dog in Torrey, Utah, and drove all the way through to Wisconsin to my Northwoods home and got here last night, Thursday night at 8 p.m. I think that's 35 hours. I went straight with about a 90-minute sleep in the car. I did stop sometimes to like have dinner and walk around and walk the dog and all of that. And I'd stop for one business call. So it was pretty straight though, like no sleeping. But let me tell you the beautiful part of that. But yes, I'm a crazy road warrior and it's just, I had my reasons. But the beauty in that is I was listening to books, and at times I wasn't listening to anything, especially in the middle of the night when everyone was asleep, the dog and the daughter. And I was so inspired. I think that's how I kept driving. I was getting so much clarity on some aspects of my life and my business, and even like deepening my connection, my purpose, and how to like be more of that in the world. So driving is an amazing way to tune out of everything else, particularly if you can drive alone, you're not in conversation. And here's a great example of how one woman made herself into a billionaire using driving. And that is not just driving, but that is the story of Sara Blakely, the founder of Spanx. Love Spanx. Like, I'm wearing yoga pants. If you don't know what Spanx are, let's see if I can even show you on this. Spanx are like, they like suck you in, right? Like yoga pants, they like make you feel like if I didn't have these on right now, like my belly would hang out. But because I have these on, they're like tight and they like, they like suck in your belly and pull up your butt and make you feel so much better, right? So Spanx was amazing. But Sara Blakely would do what her friends called the fake commute. She lived in Atlanta, Georgia, and she would just drive around every morning instead of like before work, just going to work. She would just like drive the streets to get inspired and get clear on ideas for her business. And I don't know how long. I mean, I think I read it was like 30 to 60 minutes and maybe more some days. But imagine that you just gave yourself that time and space to get away from everything else and just drive and just like let your mind be free. Gosh, in California, it was so beautiful to drive the coast, So, or up here in northern Wisconsin, like drive the curvy, like beautiful, like woodsy roads, like with the green tree canopies around them. So if you can find, I think when you're in nature, and again, in the cities, there can be the ocean, there can be the mountains, like wherever you are, there's beautiful drives. And I think that nature aspect can add to it. I don't know if Sara Blakely had that, if she was driving through traffic in Atlanta, I'm not sure. But number one, unexpected way to find clarity is take that time out to drive. Okay. Here's my second one. There's two more. It is stories. Find inspirational stories of other people. This is huge. And the reason is because often it will guide you to dream bigger. It will guide you to get out of your own way and recognize someone else did it. Why can't I? Because the whole thing that changes our lives in honestly a very negative way, a very negative issue that we all have, all of us, I don't care who you are, we all have self-limiting beliefs. And often they have come from childhood, from the womb, from the way we were born, from just hearing how other people talk because everyone else has them. So we like understand that that's a way of thinking of saying, I can't, I won't, it's not possible, it's crazy. Like, I love like the story of Steve Jobs. Like he went and got clarity on a sabbatical in India and came back and wanted to do Apple computers. Like he had to take that time away from his life and then came back and he was unstoppable in getting funded. He asked Nolan Bushnell, who was the owner of Atari. Remember Atari games? A little like these are like the joysticks. I'm pretending I have joysticks. The little I played them as a kid, but maybe you're not quite as old as me, so you might not remember it. But Nolan Bushnell was offered by Steve Jobs. I think it was like, I don't know if it was, I can't remember off my head if it was 10%, 20%, 30%, something like pretty crazy, like of stock in Apple computers. And Nolan Bushnell turned him down. Like, was that not the worst financial decision in history to not invest in Apple computers and Steve Jobs? But who knew at the time, right? So Steve Jobs was unstoppable and kept going to find to just not stop till anyone would invest in him. Walt Disney was bankrupt like 19 times. So if you ever have financial problems or debt, and he kept going. And then he found the right partner to help him implement and, look at his P&L and understand where his profit margins were at and make decisions from there, which is another whole topic in how I help entrepreneurs in business so they can actually not only make money, but keep some money. So driving can help you to get the clarity on where you want to go. And the next thing, second way, was inspirational stories. So if you stop when you're like this close to making it in your business, like you've already put all this in, you're so close, like you just decided you won't make it. But what if you decide you will? What if you decide you'll get that, amazing dream home? What if you decide you're going to go travel the world, the places you want to go? Then it's a matter of finding out how. And when you hear the stories of other people that have done it and have been unstoppable and have made it happen, you may be inspired in a new way of being. Not just new steps you take, but a new way of being in your life, which includes opening up to possibility. If you're in an unhappy relationship, listen to couples that are living fulfilled and happy. If you want to leave your relationship, I'm not saying you should. Look at people that have turned around their relationships and marriages to make it work. Hear those stories and how they did it. Not being complacent with either sticking it out as it is. And then even if it is absolutely, you've tried everything and it's not right for either of you anymore, then it's so hard to leave. But look at people that have left and found love and found new lives were waiting for them. Like sometimes you have to let go of something to make space for something new. I find that in my mastermind group all the time with women who, like one woman in particular, I hope she sees this. Her name's Emily. She's amazing. And she's come across, we've all come across this, like self-limiting beliefs, fears, I can't. And she's really, she's really connected with me as her coach. I'm so grateful for that when they stay in contact, my clients. And she has left her career. And all of a sudden she's like so happy yesterday in our call. She's like, all these new opportunities are coming up for me. Oh my God, she lives in Wisconsin. She's like, I was just offered a job in Hawaii that I haven't looked at for a year. They just got a hold of me. And she has other things. She kept going on and on. And these are some opportunities so that people are coming to me in my business. She does like abundant living coaching and everyone, she's getting all of this like options all of a sudden, but she had to make space. She had to let go of something old first. So that's where this clarity can take you on where you want to go so you can make the decisions that are in alignment with that. And that leads me to my third surprising place where you would find clarity. I'm going to change it here on the screen. Hopefully you can see it. Time travel. Time travel. What's that? Time travel. I mean, going into the future you. Maybe it's 1 year from now, 5 years from now, even 10 years from now. And I want to do it with you right now. So like, just seriously, I don't care where you are. Don't close your eyes if you're driving. Hopefully you're not. But like, take a moment, maybe even close your eyes. Think how old you are right now in this moment, and imagine in 10 years. In 10 years, the small problems you have now, or the problems that feel big now, will feel small at the time. So you know not to worry about them as much. What else is that you step into your dream self. The most amazing future and life is happening for you 10 years from today. Be in that space. And I remember the time I wanted, like, this is 15 years ago, because I've done this now. I thought that I wanted to be an international yoga teacher, and I stepped forward. And then you make decisions from there. Make decisions from your amazing, successful, happy, fulfilled self in 10 years. And then you will have clarity on the decisions you need to make today. What would he or she do? What would he or she tell you now? Would you make that investment in self? Would you put in the time to build the business, to write the book, to change the relationship, to take the trip, to move? Whatever it is that's like calling to you. Maybe you have 2 different homes. It's what if anything's possible? I remember not knowing where I wanted to live 15 years ago or so. And I decided that I didn't want to decide right then. I wanted to continue to experience. And if there was one place I wanted a home to get grounded, it was right here. And I manifested this 2 years before I ever saw it. I wanted this like artistic, unique cabin in the woods on the lake. The lake is right down there through the trees. My cabin is like hand built, like handmade by a man and his wife, very spiritual couples, so beautiful. And when I walked into this place after looking at 10 other homes or more, like, I'm thinking the realtor thought I would buy nothing. I walked in this home. I said, we're putting in an offer today. I think he was like gonna, pee his pants, because he never thought that I was gonna buy anything for real. Like, he thought I was probably full of it. But that's the thing. Like, I knew that this was a place I wanted. I wanted one place to be grounded. And then the rest of I didn't want to be here all year though. I wanted to have this as part-time and then spend part of my time maybe in South America, maybe in Bali, in different places I had loved it. And that's exactly what I did for 10 years. I'd spend a few months in Bali, a few months in either Argentina or, it started in Costa Rica, and then Argentina, Peru, Chile, different places that I wanted to be in, Tulum, Mexico, different places that were spiritual and connected to me. And I didn't want to be grounded besides one grounding place here and other places. So my point is, don't let yourself think narrow, like it's one way. I got to choose this. Like, what if you could do all the things in all the places, and the career and the relationship and whatever it is, and take care of yourself and health? What decisions would you make if you lost the weight and you're looking back 1 year from today, 6 months from today? Whatever makes you feel really, really good about yourself. So again, I have an opportunity for you. I'm going to recap this in a second, and I have an opportunity for you. I'm going to put it on the screen right now. Again, unless you're on Instagram, then you can't see it, but it's transformationtarot.com/purpose. Sometimes it doesn't work for me to just type it in, so I'm not sure if you can click from here on it, but then just go to the transformationtarot.com website, and then you'll see that there's my next upcoming masterclass, and click on that to register. So this is free for you, and we will be live, interactive in a Zoom room. I'll be sharing the 3 steps, 3 mindset shifts that you have to make to move towards, to discover your purposeful living, your actual life purpose, your dharma, live with passion, and create true prosperity and abundance in your life. And we will work together to look at what are the limiting beliefs in your way. And if you can join for an hour, join for an hour. Otherwise, it's 90 minutes, because I want plenty of time for question and answer and connection with you. So register for that and you'll get that. So now I'm going to recap today real quick. expected ways to find clarity in your life: meditation, prayer, and journaling. All ways to go within and connect and pull it out of you and not get it from outside sources. Unexpected ways to find clarity are to drive, get rid of the thoughts and drive around, whether it's on your motorcycle, in your car, maybe even your bicycle would be great, any of that. And listen to other inspirational stories, other people that have done it. You can Google them, you can find books. There's so many places, right? Think and Grow Rich is a really old book, and it has a really amazing story, inspirational stories of people that have done it, by Napoleon Hill. And the last unexpected way is time travel. So step into the future you who has already done it, who's already found everything they need, and make decisions from that place. So it is my intention that this live really helped at least one person out there. If you would like information to that upcoming masterclass I'm doing next week, just type purpose in the comments and I will direct message it to you so that you don't have to even look for it. So just type purpose in the comments. Please type in the comments whether this helped you, what it opened up for you. If you've ever used any of these techniques, tell me which one. Actually, do that. Please do that. Put in the comments which one was most surprising or is most exciting to you. Like you're excited to try it. So if there's any of those ways, expected ways, meditation, prayer, or journaling, or unexpected ways, driving, listening to stories, inspirational stories of other people, and time travel, going to your future self, if any of those ways spoke to you, please let me know. And I will see you again next week. I hope you have a really amazing weekend. We are pretty excited to be in this, like, it's magical here, by the way. This is a magical forest, and it feels that way. And we're pretty excited to be back in the woods and just at our home where it is calming and grounding. So I hope each of you find the calming, grounding, fun, fulfillment, whatever it is that you need out of this weekend. And I do have a pretty exclusive, special, small, very small retreat coming up towards the end of August in this area at a more luxury retreat style center. But it's like luxury, but it's art, nature, amazing cuisine. It is very small, very intimate group of women. You need to either direct message me or type retreat in the comments, and I will connect with you and we'll see if that's right for you. So that is going to fill up very, very quickly right now. I only have 5 or 6 spaces left. So let me know right away. And I will hopefully see you next week online on June 16th, or maybe I'll see you in person in August. Who knows? So let me know what speaks to you. And I want to send you so much love. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing day because you deserve it. And you deserve an amazing life. So give yourself this time. Peace out.